Is it okay like this too? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good like that.
There we go, guys. Well, I forgot I forgot my intro all of a sudden. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, mes beautés. AJ from Andrew James Photography here with my co-hosts, Marc Alary, and of course, my loving Uncle Bob. Mon oncle
Uncle
Bob est
Bob.
avec nous.
Mon Uncle
Bonjour,
Bob.
bonjour tout le monde.
Salut tout le monde, comment ça va, vous autres?
Ça va
Ça va
bien,
très
ça
bien.
va
Puis là, on
bien.
vient de perdre Uncle Bob, que ça t'est.
J'ai pas de stand, c'est mon téléphone, puis ça glisse, c'est ça. Et,
Justement, if you guys hear any background noise, my freaking printer went off on a freaking purge now. It's been going for the last 15 minutes, and I can't get the damn
ben,
thing to stop.
yeah,
I'm in the,
yeah,
Plug.
yeah.
I'm thinking of maybe pulling the plug on it, that damn thing.
Hey, AJ,
Yeah,
have you thought of turning it on and off again?
I tried. It tells me it can't turn off. Because
An
it's
old IT joke.
because it's in a purge mode. Je peux même pas l'éteindre maintenant. I wanted to print because what I did was, I have in my classes, I have little, and I showed Uncle Bob before, my little 5x8, whatchamacallit, samples.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like 4 years old, so they're dirty, they're old, they're frayed on the edges. So I decided during the holidays, I'll take the best of those shots that I use all the time, that I refer to all the time, and I'll make nice big 8x10 prints on du papier, justement du papier mois.
Ouais, ouais, parfait, ça.
Using Canon premium matte photo paper, 8.5 by 11, and I'm printing them 8x10 inside the sheet.
Yeah, yeah.
And seeing that I've been doing a lot of film photography lately, and especially I still have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 ribbons, not ribbons, 9 films to scan.
Okay.
Ribbons, oui, les rubans. Because it's hanging from the ceiling here. They look like ribbons. Yes, Mark, go ahead.
When are you scanning my negatives?
I scanned them already this week. I just have to convert them, and we transfer them to you.
I'm pulling your leg there.
No, but well, I'm going to bring you when I see you at the end of the month, or if I see you before, evidently, I'll bring you the print file so you have the negatives.
Non, mais tu sais, Marc, que ça a pris 4 ans avant que tu aies des négatifs développés.
Faut que j'y donne 2 semaines au moins pour les digitaliser.
Ben, j'aurais dû être patient, peut-être 1 an,
I know I'm terrible, but I'm trying this year I'm trying to make it better. So now I only have 4 more 120s to develop.
Okay.
I've got 6, but of the 6, I've got only 4 more 135s, 35 millimeters,
Okay.
because the other 2, my kids, one is of each of the kids. Dakota and Logan had shot a film a couple of years back,
Okay.
and they haven't developed it yet. So I'm gonna leave those 2 for them to develop.
Okay. Could be another couple of years, yeah.
No, it's gonna. And then I'll be up to date in all my development, and fur et à mesure that I shoot them, I'm going to, well, specifically for the black and whites, specifically because I use the Blazinol, and I've actually been doing all of the black and white with the Blazinol. I use a dilution for that whole session. This freaking printer is really starting to piss me off right now. It's a Canon Pro 1000. And evidently, if I don't use it for more than a week, it falls into a purge.
Yeah, I get it.
What the heads?
Guys, so let's start with Uncle Bob. What have you been doing since the last time we saw you?
I got a little job the other day from one of my friends. They're selling, or they're going to have a website where they're selling perfume, copies of perfume online.
Okay. Yeah.
And they needed me to photograph 40 of their perfumes.
Nice.
So I made a nice little setup.
Okay.
And I photographed them. I don't know if I can show you one or two. I don't know how to do it with the phone. Anyway, but
Okay.
I can send you one after and you take a look at it.
Yeah,
And it was a
sure.
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It took me about 2 hours, and it took me maybe another hour of post fixing the little this or that. Some of the labels were magané, so I fixed them.
What
But it
what
was a lot
did
of
you
fun.
use for a lens?
I used my Nikon ZF. I had
Okay.
three lights. Three
Okay.
lights, not flashes. I used three lights with softbox. Two with softbox, one with an umbrella. I used a clear background, a white background
Okay.
with the endless, turned,
Right,
comes
right.
in, yeah.
Okay.
An endless background, and the lens was the 24-120, and I shot about at 85 millimeters.
Okay.
So it was a nice thing. Like I said, I'm not sure if I can send it to you, but or show it to you. Hold on.
On the zoom of the phone. Where's my phone? Hang on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see. Can I share the screen?
Yeah, you can. I just gotta remember.
Screen. Okay, aspetta.
Hold on. Give me a sec.
Well, now I can see both of you. Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, now you're in the. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize the version had a.
Yeah, I can see both of you.
Hold on.
It's amazing.
Tu t'es mis en paysage plutôt qu'en portrait.
Okay.
Ben là, je te vois en carré, puis lui en carré aussi.
Ah ouais?
Ouais, vous êtes deux squares. You two squares.
J'y ai pensé, mais j'ai pas voulu le dire.
Photography transfer.
Two square guys.
Oh, it won't let me connect. Home.
A minute.
Round table. Start. That's me. Oh,
Right.
hold on. I gotta mute my mic.
Great. But, if I go on me, can I do something? Backgrounds? No. New filters? No. Avatars? No. No. None. Okay. Do.
On t'avait perdu pendant une seconde, Bob. On n'a pas de son. On n'a pas de son.
Okay, now can you hear me?
I can hear you, AJ, but we've lost Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob is muted. Yeah.
You've got an echo.
I got an echo. Hold on. Now it should be fine. Okay.
I believe so.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Uncle Bob, when you touch your screen, you're on mute, by the way. Swipe left to right. Hold on. Wait a minute. For you.
Yes. Hello?
There we go. Okay. So we got you back. So just touch your screen. You'll have on the top, sorry, on the bottom, you'll say join audio, start video, chat, and you'll see more.
Okay, expect the joint stop video chat. Yes. More. Yes.
Hit more.
Yeah.
Click share.
Share. Expect blah, blah, blah. I don't have a share.
You don't have a share. Hold on.
No, hold on. Maybe in the three dots there. Hold on.
One participate. Okay. Advanced sharing options. Everybody.
Share.
can
Okay, I have it here.
You
I
have it?
here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, share screen.
So share screen.
Yeah.
So you want to, so what do you want to share? You want to share doc, whiteboard, photo, you want to share your photos?
Yeah.
Click on the photos.
Yeah, but now I only get share screen. Expect dooby dooby doo. Dooby dooby doo. Do-do-do-do-do. 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 There you go.
Oh, wow, nice.
Oh, nice.
See that? Yeah.
They came out nice.
Came out
Yeah.
nice, eh?
Yeah.
Really nice. Like, they did a nice job, I think. I find. Ça a bien de l'allure.
Ben oui.
So I have
And
another
you did 40
one.
products?
40, yeah, 40 of them. This is another one. So, you know,
Oh,
that was
numéro 6.
numéro 6, c'est ma fête. Ça.
Ouais.
Ouais, c'est.
Hey, saviez-vous que j'avais fait du parfum, moi aussi?
Ouais, moi j'en
Mais
fais,
tous les
mais.
insectes mouraient. Tous les insectes mouraient quand je le sortais.
Ah ouais?
Mark, your volume's a little low.
Okay, well, I was speaking in front of the mic there.
Okay.
My hand was in front of the mic. I said that I used to do perfume myself a few years back.
Oh, yeah?
The one I had was Chanel number 52, where everything died.
I could have took the pictures if you want.
Allez.
Okay, là, je vous ai tout là. Anyway, that's what I did. Plus, I've been working on, the Christmas pictures that I took of everybody. And oh yeah, at Christmas too, I took a shot of a family, 42 people
Okay.
in a hall.
Yeah.
And, I brought the 3 flashes, the ZF, and came pretty good. Not too
Oh,
bad.
good.
The only thing is, with 42 people, I had to Photoshop some faces who weren't smiling from the other photo. And,
Yeah.
half the people are smiling in one photo, the other half are smiling in another photo. So I had to go and, changer les faces up and down. Tu sais.
Ouais.
Ouais.
But
Puis
à part de
Marc,
ça, c'était le fun.
puis toi, Marc, comment t'as fait, comment t'as passé voyons, les vacances,
La
les
période des
fêtes?
fêtes?
Ouais, le temps des fêtes.
Bon, en même temps, est-ce que mon micro est plus fort à ton goût?
Oui.
Oui, c'est bon.
OK,
Ouais.
super. Alors, les fêtes, mais j'ai fait 1 ou 2 petites sorties, pas quelque chose trop grand. Jonathan avait de la compagnie de quelqu'un qui m'a permis de faire une photo d'elle en cosplay parce qu'elle dirige du Donjon et Dragon. T'en souviens-tu,
Ah,
AJ? On a eu du fun là-dedans un peu.
ben oui, c'est le fun.
Puis, alors là, ça, je le présenterai quand on va faire la présentation au mois d'avril de notre club. Alors, ça va peut-être être une des photos qu'on m'a utilisées.
Ah, ben
C'est
bon.
pour ça que je ne vous la montrerai pas tout de suite. Le restant, mais j'ai été dans mes patelins originales, là, sans de la nature, des affaires comme ça. Je n'ai pas été trop loin parce que j'ai passé mon temps à pelleter, briser de la glace, pelleter, briser de la glace.
Ouais, ça a été un hiver de même, hein?
Je sais pas si vous autres, ça a été la même chose, là,
Ouais,
mais...
c'est pour ça que je m'en vais.
Ah, OK, ouais.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
do
definitely.
as-tu fait du darkroom?
Oui, parce que avec la mademoiselle qui était ici, elle devait passer une petite demi-heure avec moi pour que je lui montre ça un petit peu. Puis 4 heures plus tard, elle est montée pour aller faire ce qu'elle devait faire là, à l'ordinateur parce qu'elle est en train de préparer son portfolio pour présenter à MIT à Boston.
Ah, c'est
Alors,
bon.
là, c'est ça, mais gardez à rester plus longtemps. J'ai montré quelques techniques, mais là, les négatifs que j'ai, malheureusement, j'en ai pas encore beaucoup comme vous autres. Alors, j'aurais voulu y montrer un petit peu de dodging puis de burning. Comment est-ce qu'on
Ouais,
dit
ouais.
ça en français? Je ne sais pas.
There is
On
no
dit,
translation.
on dit du dodging, du burning.
Yeah.
Alors là,
Mais on
c'est...
met du avant.
OK,
Ad-
du... La
Adobe
technique
translates
du...
Adobe translates it to éclaircissage et
Assombrage.
assombrage. Ouais, c'est ça, exactement.
OK.
Mais
Ouais.
il y a pas de vrai terme en
Mais,
français.
mais ça fait 50 ans que j'ai jamais entendu ça.
OK, mais ça vient que c'est une habitude puis tout le kit. Or, habituellement, moi, c'est toujours si on recommence à à montrer. Là, je ne sais pas où ce que je suis. Est-ce qu'on voit l'écran central, là?
Ouais.
OK.
Oui.
Alors, je suis porté à retourner toujours sur une vieille statue qui est au centre de au centre de la nature. Puis je l'ai pris d'une angle différente, puis d'une autre manière, puis tout ça.
Oui, oui.
Puis qu'est-ce qui me fait toujours plaisir, moi, c'est prendre la photo des animaux, puis des affaires comme ça. Puis j'ai écouté des fois qu'est-ce que vous avez dit, puis les recommandations. Puis là, on s'amuse à faire
Ben
certaines
oui,
affaires.
exactement.
C'est à peu près tout ce que j'ai fait là, tranquillement. Là.
Ah, c'est bon, c'est bon. Tu, Andrew, che hai fatto?
Io sono fatto molto film development.
Yeah,
I had about in the end I had about I'd say 15 roles
ok.
developed. Um just because I absolutely want I had enough time off that I told myself
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
about time that I start to get things underway and for the new year clear my backlog. Um I
Clear
even
your
got an
shelf.
extra box of 8 by 10 Ilford multi-grade 5 paper, so I got 2 boxes of 100 sheets. So
C'est bon.
next week I'm off Thursday, Friday, so I'm going to probably do a darkroom session
Ok.
um, with the LPL. I haven't tried the LPL yet, so it's going to be the first time I try the LPL enlarger.
Two and a
Um,
quarter, two and a quarter? Or?
Actually, I'm gonna do 2 1/4, 2 1/4 because well, a lot of the first batch of film I did was the 120s.
Yeah.
And I actually found, I couldn't believe it. I actually did find the last photo of my dad on the when he was just the day before he passed away in the hospital room in the bed that I had
Okay.
shot with my Nikon F3.
Okay.
Um, mind you, it's not 120. That one's 35 millimeter. But I was kind of impressed that I had found that I forgot completely that I'd taken that shot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so that one there's going to be a nice shot to do.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, I'm doing a lot of printing too
That's good.
for my classes. So now that I have the digital 8 by 10s printed, now I'm going to actually develop 8 by 10s so I can compare
Yeah.
numérisation, a scanned photo
Yeah.
versus a darkroom print.
Yeah, yeah, c'est ça.
Because so far from my own, I mean, from my own experience, I find that the darkroom prints come out a lot more. Um, they're not as grainy in the sense that digital printing tends to be very pixelated and
Yeah,
very
yeah.
contrasty.
Yeah.
While I look at a lot of the shots,
Oh, I think we lost AJ.
Yeah. Ça
If you
figé, hein?
can hear
it's
us,
like for the
AJ, I
four by
think your
five, the one
computer
that on
froze.
c'est
Ça,
figé.
yeah, ça
Wait,
figé. De...
Okay, no, yeah, I think it pushed out I finally pushed out the print. So now it should be okay. Oh, you know what? I know what I got to do. I'm going to give 100%. This is my zoom.
you're
Give this
slightly
100%.
jumpy.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So it should be better now. It should be more reactive to me.
Yeah,
So now like I've got the 8 by 10 print that Andre did of me, the contact print. I've got my 4 by 5 that I developed in his dark room of dad playing chess with Dakota. And when you look at those photos, they're so much like they're so much softer. You don't
Yeah.
see any grain whatsoever
Yeah.
compared to what the printed the digital scanned
Yeah, it's not the same.
electronic,
I know what you're
yeah,
saying, man. It's not the
inkjet
same.
print. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I find it's extremely, I don't know, it's you get what I'm saying.
Well, I always say, light passing through film is the same as a captor, a digital captor getting the image. It's not
Yeah,
the same thing.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
something.
And I just found out, as a matter of fact, I don't know, Sony announced in their rumors a well, even they call it medium format, but it's not true medium format. It's medium format cropped.
Yeah.
Apparently, um, they've actually developed because they had the last year they developed a global shutter, right? A global
Yeah.
shutter is the
Yeah.
24 megapixel shutter that fires 24 million pixels all at the same time.
Okay.
So technically, it's supposed to give us more of a render of a film exposure because there's no scan.
Okay.
Okay. And just is it this yeah, just this week, two days ago, I read an article um that at the last CES conference, they announced now they have developed a medium cropped format um or a cropped medium format sensor, which is 58 millimeters or 54 millimeters by 54 millimeters, um,
Okay.
65 megapixel
Okay.
global shutter.
Okay. So that would be higher than the Hasselblad one.
Well, it would, yeah, but it would be installed in the Hasselblads or in the Fuji GFXs
Okay. 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 Which is a nice
because those are
size
the only two that have lens coverage for medium format
for medium format. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the digital world.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I get it. I
You know
get
what I
it.
mean?
Did
So
you
it's
see
gonna be
the that company that you bought that little twin lens reflex
yeah,
digital
yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah. Did you see it?
Yeah, they brought out like a mini
A
Hasselblad.
mini Hasselblad. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, you know.
But I
They-
want to, I honestly, I want to see if I can get my hands on one because they're
Is it Shinzu?
boasting a 64 megapixel sensor, which is impossible.
That's what they're saying?
Yeah, because they're saying it captures 4K, which is
Yeah,
8 megapixels.
yeah.
And on the photo side, they're saying it's 65 megapixels.
Mm,
It's impossible.
yeah,
Impossible
yeah. For the moment, yeah,
for the
definitely.
moment. You know,
Yeah.
I said specifically because it's a 2/3 of an inch sensor.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, the numbers just don't they don't, you know, make sense. So I can't wait to see what that's gonna
yeah. What it's gonna do?
you know,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
You know. Um Also, as a matter of fact, yesterday I went out on a little photo walk for a couple hours with a buddy of mine from Lachine. We went down to Drummondville and went to Le Boisier de la Marconi in Drummondville.
yeah,
we we did about a maybe a 2 kilometer walk and that's I brought my I wanted to bring the 4x5 and shoot some dry plate, but finally decided it was going to be too much weight and too much equipment, so I ended
yeah.
up just bringing my Horseman 760,
Okay.
shooting at 6x9
Hmm.
with to compare. I borrowed our rental um Sony A1 Mark II,
Okay.
which supports a 50 megapixel sensor,
Hmm.
dual sensor. So I want to compare what the because this in raw uncompressed format shoots 106 megabyte files, and JPEG extra fine quality it shoots about 26 to 32 megabyte files,
Okay.
which personally JPEG wise is ridiculously huge.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Okay.
it's I mean,
No, no,
and
I get
then
it.
when I transfer it to the phone so that I can share it on my Instagram, it's compressing it to bas de meg,
Yeah,
under
yeah,
2 megabytes. It's like,
yeah, yeah.
you know, what's the purpose of having a 26 megabyte JPEG? Tu sais, je veux dire, à un moment donné,
No, yeah,
it's
yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
One must
Uh,
think of the future there, AJ.
oh, please,
One
yeah,
will
the
have
future.
3D with 3D screens and everything like that. Will walk around your image.
Actually, talking about the future, as Sony introduced their cropped medium format sensor, Canon apparently developed a whole brand new sensor that's supposed to be complete. It's got nothing to do with CMOS sensors, and it's not a sensor apparently that's going to be used for photography or for cinema. Because the technology is out of the landscape of visual photography. But apparently they have developed, and they introduced it at the same conference, a sensor that, now I don't know how they calculate it differently than how we calculate visually f-stops of light. But 26 stops. Right now, the maximum dynamic range we have visually on our photography sensors is 16 stops. But apparently, Canon has developed a sensor completely outside of the technology that we use today in digital cameras, that can actually get 26 stops. So I'm
What's
reading
the
up on
human
that.
eye? What does
Yeah.
the human eye have? Do you remember? You told us
The
once.
human eye is between 25 and 30 stops of light. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's going to
yeah,
bring us
definitely.
much closer to what actually is going to
Reality,
bring
yeah.
reality. Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna have to say good night.
Okay.
I have things that I have to accomplish. It was nice being with you. See you.
No
All right.
problem.
Warn me
See?
for the next time. You said it's
Absolutely.
in 3
In three,
weeks.
no, sorry, the third Sunday of the month.
The
Oh, no.
third Sunday of the
Yeah.
month.
The photo review is the last Friday of this month,
The last Friday of this
which
month.
is the
Okay.
30th. Yeah.
Okay, I won't be here. I'll be on the boat.
Okay, perfect.
I'll be on the boat.
Sounds good.
I'll think of you.
Okay.
And I
And
think
take
I
some
won't be
freaking
able to
awesome
be.
photos.
Yeah.
Hey?
Take some freaking awesome
Yeah,
photos.
yeah. I will. No problem. Take care,
Okay.
Take care, Bob.
All right.
Love
Bye-bye.
you. Ciao.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
I think we have the club supper for Christmas on that day, the 30th of January.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to recheck my dates, but I believe that's it. It's on a Friday.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, who can join joins. Otherwise I'll just do the photo review. Or I can always put it. No, the 31st. Oh, speaking, I forgot to tell Uncle Bob. He's not going to be there, he said. Um, I forgot to mention this, but Bière Camera Montréal is doing a photo walk
Okay.
on the 31st at 2 p.m. So it'll be after our breakfast.
Okay.
The photo walk starts at Place d'Armes metro station.
Okay.
I believe we're going to be doing the souterrain, because they call it, because like last year we had the réseau, which was all underground.
Okay.
We're gonna go from Place d'Armes down to a microbrasserie on Crescent, and between, I think it's between Stanley and no, between Réservez and St. Catherine Street, called Brutopia.
Okay.
So
So
for
what,
all you,
you're gonna leave the breakfast place and find a metro entrance and go in from there, or what, you're gonna take your car there and park?
oh, actually, you got a point there, because we're gonna be at the Jean Talon Metro.
I think so, yeah.
I could leave my car. I could leave my car at the that might be a good idea. Jazz, and then you and I can maybe go walk around the carry over there, kill some time, or go a bit earlier downtown and do our own little photo walk, and then join up with them.
Okay,
How about
I'll see. Like I say, I know that Lynn told me I have in a couple of days that way certain things, but I'll check onto it and I'll reconfirm everything
for
with you.
sure, for sure. About it said, Mark, would you hear any news? Anything interesting on your end?
Well, not that much. Like I said, I got a couple of lens filters that were given to me, and I have to go through. I was talking to it with Uncle Bob,
Yeah.
asking him the different sizes in case he might need some. Are
Okay.
you interested, you, in lens covers? They're uh,
You mean lens caps?
Skyline or something like that, but they're old, so it's like they might be scratched. They might have say that's why I go.
Okay. You're talking about protective filters.
Yeah, protective filters, but you've got like
Okay.
UV and this and that.
And you said didn't you say you had a question about filters you got, colored filters?
Yes, sir. Okay, so the basic question is, in the kit that came in, one of the things that we had was this little pocket there,
Yeah.
and some of the filters, we seem to have a blue one, a yellow one, and a green one. I know I have a red filter somewhere else in the box, but I have to verify the size and everything like that.
Okay.
When would I use it?
Hold on just a sec. I was just about to call up. I made a document for my workshop. Hold on a second. Sorry, it's colored filters for black and white photography.
Because I know you would play with the contrast of the film
Yeah,
before developing it, but it's to know basically. I haven't done, honestly, AJ, I haven't done any research yet because I got the boxes and I had other things going around in the house. And time I start going through a couple of things, I know I found one that was quite interesting.
yeah,
The filter has a hole in the middle, a perfect circle. So I
yes,
believe that would do a focus and would make a soft focus across
yes,
the rest of the image.
exactly.
And I think I saw one, but I have to confirm it because just out of the corner of the eyes,
Right?
inside of the glass, it seemed like they had little triangles and things were cross lined or
Yeah.
something like that. But I
Those are
haven't.
effect filters.
Okay, so I haven't taken the time of writing down the filter to find out what exactly does it do.
Okay.
Say, so, and it was divided into certain sizes. I have some 58s which will work on the lenses that I have with my f/65 from the Nikon,
Okay.
and then it comes down to 52. I have
Yeah.
a couple, and I have a lot of 49s.
Yeah.
So I
Because
was
those
planning to.
those were the or those are the general or I should say the most popular filter diameter sizes of the lenses of back in the day.
Okay.
So here I'm featuring the Darkroom .com, which is a fantastic. They're just I'm out they're a development company. They develop in the States films, and they had a fantastic article on color filters. Um, Now, when you go a little bit further down here, you have a description of each of the colored filters. So a yellow filter, which equates for a -1 stop, so you have to overexpose with this filter,
Okay.
gives an excellent balance between photographic effects. Oh, wait a minute. The yellow filter darkens blues, but reproduces green and other colors in lighter shades. An orange filter, which was a very popular filter that even still today I use it with my large format. Um, when using the orange filter, the sky will take on a dark tone.
Okay.
When recording blue skies, orange also helps penetrate through haze, giving flowers their signature pop. So it plays on the contrast. Oh, and you also have to adjust -2 stops. So as the color filter gets darker or less translucent or transparent, you have to increase your exposures.
Okay.
Evidently, a red filter is darker than a orange filter and even twice as dark, or actually 6 times as dark as a yellow filter. Here you have to adjust it by -3. And this type eliminates any haziness that might be present in those shots with mixed material buildings or foggy landscapes, giving you clarity where there was once misty atmosphere before. When you add
Okay.
a red filter to your camera, blue skies will be very dark. As a matter of fact, this was one of the filters that Ansel Adams used when he shot Moon over Hernandez, New Mexico,
Okay.
which was basically a photo during the day but it looks like a photo at night with the moon being perfectly exposed.
Ah, okay.
You have green filter, which has a transparency of -2 stops. So it's more like an orange filter as far as luminosity goes. It will lighten dark green leaves, which usually reads as very deep in shadows without it. And the blue filter, on here they give you even examples between portraiture, landscapes, urban landscapes, shooting still life, daylight scenes versus um, studio scenes.
Oh, it's fun. Actually they show you certain types of films. So
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
by putting the filter, you actually know basically how it's going to modify that film. That's pretty good.
exactly. Exactly. And literally the darkroom.com is one of, and he's on darkroom.com is also affiliated with the film photography podcast, or I should say the
Okay.
film photography project podcast, which I listen to immensely. And I mean they've been on they've been informing us or um all on film photography in the digital age.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But this is one of the best articles I've found explaining color filters. The one thing that we don't see here is I want to see what is the effect?
Have you used filters on your cameras? You were mentioning on one camera that you've used it, but is it something that you tend to use frequently or infrequently?
Well, I choose really when, if I hold on a second, you know how I am, I can't do two things at the same time.
Hey, no problem.
Um, I tend to be very selective of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. So, if I have, for instance, a blue sky and I'm shooting between the hours of 11 and let's say 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
Okay.
um, I will definitely um, use an orange filter to deepen the sky, just to
Okay.
make the sky more interesting, because there might not be any um interesting details in that sky, because a blue sky is empty basically. There's no
Yeah.
clouds, you know what I mean? So there's no texture, there's no detail in a blue sky. But by using different filters allows you to represent that zone outside of our actual vision. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I saw you had a blue filter, so black and white photography lightens blue tones like the
Yeah.
skies, while darkening complementary filters like yellow, colors like yellow and reds, increasing contrast in the skies for dramatic clouds, but reducing overall contrast, enhancing mood and bringing out atmospheric haze or mist for a softer look. Now, evidently, we had to use filters in film photography, um, strictly because we couldn't, like we do today with digital photography, we couldn't play on the sharpness of a pixel. We couldn't play on the contrasts of our pixels um, in the darkroom, because basically you're just taking an image that goes from black to white with shades of gray and projecting it onto a white piece of paper,
Okay.
right? Um, So to be able to saturate colors, to be able to deepen grays, whether they were light grays or darker grays, you had to manipulate the light before it hit the before it hit the film.
Okay.
And that's where these color filters come in. It's like, for instance, and we didn't do it when we were at your place when we did our darkroom session together, but uh, and the reason why we're using Ilford, and why Ilford MGV multigrade 5 paper is so popular today is because we we actually use colored filters in the darkroom now to be able to affect those highlights, so those brighter areas more or less than the darker areas of the photo, depending on where we want to increase the detail,
Yeah.
right? So not only like the solid colors, yellow, red, orange, green, blue, we use that at the capture of the image. And then we have shades of magenta to yellow that we use because the thing you got to realize is that the reason why we can work in a dark room under a red light is because photographic paper is not sensitive at all to red light. Well, at all is relative.
It's a relative term. You
It's a
have to
relative,
have
yeah,
a
because
certain
you
distance between your
can
light.
fog your paper if your red light is the wrong shade of red, or shade of orange, depending on the safe light
Too
that you
close,
have.
too bright.
Exactly. But technically, over a span of about, I'd say, 5 minutes, the actual paper is only sensitive to blue and green light.
Yeah.
Okay. When we talk about the RGB. So that's why it allows us to work in a red lit environment.
So, and
You know
using
what I
your
mean?
filters, I have Ilford filters, like you
Yeah,
remember, where I know that in the multi-layer paper, it'll affect different regions in the
exactly.
paper. So that's why you can bring up play with the contrast, play with your brightness and your dark levels and things like that. But a
Exactly.
fast question then,
Yeah.
can I use these filters, put it below the enlarger, the light from the enlarger, and use them to play with paper and do experiments?
Well, I mean, evidently you could, but then what you're doing is you're shifting your image all the way to the solid color,
Okay.
right? And most enlargers, you'll notice most enlargers, I don't know, but I forgot, I didn't see about your two that you had, but most enlargers have a red filter under the lens.
Yes, but I don't have that.
Okay, well, that red filter is just a safe
A safe light.
filter.
Well, basically a safe. So you can project your image, adjust what you have to, and then
Yes.
just slide that back and then print.
Normally, what I would do is to get the proper focus. When we were at your place, we flipped the paper upside down. We put the micro focuser on top or the grain focuser on top of that paper to get the distance of the paper to the enlarger,
Yeah.
right? Well, what I would do is I would just put in my paper, put the red filter under the lens, and adjust my focus through the red filter of the lens.
So in theory, we changed one sheet to the one where we're going to use to print.
Yep.
So there could be a variant in thickness, and by
Yes.
doing the red filter, you truly have the best focus at that time, in theory.
RC paper has less of a variance in thickness, but fiber paper, okay, which doesn't have that resin coating, so it doesn't have that semi-gloss or glossy finish. That comes from an actual resin coating that's on top of the fibers of the paper.
Okay.
Okay, it's basically where the emulsion is.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another type. Evidently there's a true matte paper is a fiber is it's a papier fibreux. Okay, so it's actually made of the paper fibers without that resin coating because that's why we want it to be matte. Okay. And those papers can have different thicknesses.
Okay. From one sheet to another
Oh, yeah.
in the same pack, there can be differences.
Not in the same pack, but different
Okay.
qualities of that matte paper can have different thicknesses.
Okay.
It's a little bit like you look at when you purchase paper for your printer, you have a density, right? How thick is your paper? It's a GS, it's a measurement in I don't what is GSM? GSM is hold on. What does GSM stand for? in inkjet paper. GSM is grams per square meter.
Okay.
Okay, so and otherwise known as the weight of the paper. Okay, so it's not just the thickness. While often related, GSM measures weight, how much 1 square meter weighs, not thickness, measured in microns.
Okay.
Though higher GSM usually means thicker paper or heavier paper, right?
Yes.
That'll impact the texture. So example, a postcard would have a GSM of 300. A photo paper, standard photo paper is anywhere between 200 and 260 GSM.
Okay.
Standard office laser laser copier paper would have around 80 to 90 GSM.
Okay.
Now, most of my matte papers that I print on digitally are over 300 GSM,
Okay.
which is clearly, I would say, about an eighth of an inch thick. Un
Okay.
huitième de
Wow.
pouce. Yeah.
Wow.
And this is where photo printers can print on papers up to about 350 GSM.
Okay.
But the paper itself feels like a cardboard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a quarter of an inch thick. It's not it's not 3/8 of an inch thick. It's an eighth of an inch thick means that you can actually stand the paper on its edge and it won't fold down.
Okay.
You know
So
what I mean?
you use it as a high quality print
Yes.
for exposing for
Yes.
something that you would sell, like
Yes. Exactly.
okay.
Okay. Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely it would be something to experiment with in the dark room using your blue, your red. Well, evidently not red because red will just take away. But when you look at the Ilford um toning filters, right from 00, it goes from 00, I think, what, up to 8 or up to 7, I think, or 6,
Five.
5,
Yeah,
but you have
five,
in
but
betweens too.
you've got in betweens.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And when you look at it, it goes literally from yellow to magenta,
Yeah.
right? So, this is the part that I love about film photography is the fact of how much you become part of the process itself,
Yeah.
right?
That's
I mean,
I don't know, maybe a lot of younger people don't understand why us gray bearded people tend to want to go to photography and film and take the negative, put it in the camera and things like that. It's a whole process of basically driving a car. What's the difference between an automatic and a full manual car? You have control over the vehicle, and it's the same thing with the photography. I love digital. It's simple. It's not a headache. You can go out. You can take. I know you're gonna bitch about it, but you can take 1,000 pictures of the same thing and find the one that you want, which you wouldn't try when you're doing a negative because you run out of money eventually.
yeah,
Mais tu sais, c'est que I don't know. It's a different world,
yeah.
and both of them are fun.
It's like I tell people, I'm not an advocate for one or the other. I appreciate more the two in the sense that with the experience that I have both in film and in digital, I can pick better depending on what the project is, whether I'll use and now that I'm shooting even more dry plate, um, that in itself is a whole other part of film photography.
Yeah, you're a
Because
little
when we're
jumpy
talking
there,
about,
AJ.
sorry,
Your image is jumpy there.
oh wait a minute, did I lose? Maybe I lost. Hold on, I gotta change this computer. Allez, I just realized the scanning stopped too. Come on, ah,
If you
I
talk there, I
froze. Hold
think you're
on.
back. No, you're still cutting.
Yeah, hold on. There we go.
No, the only thing I was about to try was I got some ND filters. I had mine, but with the filters that the person gave me, there's a
Yeah,
couple of little square ones. So I was going to use them underneath the enlarger to find out that basically if I have an ND2 or an ND4, well, I can multiply the development time of the paper, the printing time of the paper. So if I want to dodge or burn, well, I'm giving myself more time to be able to do the process.
right. Hold on, I just gotta check something really quick. But wait, okay, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, yeah. So okay. Because I was scanning too. I had started scanning Pour dire I had too many things running in the background while I gotta figure out now the printer. Um
Yeah.
so yeah, other than that, what else? Anything else happen? Not really. I haven't heard aside from the Canon and the Sony sensors, I haven't heard of anything anything new technology wise.
Hmm.
Um yeah.
It's the same thing here. Like I said, unfortunately, we had a lot of things during
What about
the
projects? You have any projects coming up?
uh, f-
Photography wise?
nothing very much. I'd like I told you, I was looking into doing an Afghan camera.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So basically, that's why I went to pick up the box from the gentleman because I thought there might be some lenses inside which would let me do some experimenting. Unfortunately, there wasn't.
Okay.
So I don't know. In April, it's supposed to be a pinhole day again. What's the date
Yes.
officially? Do we have a date for that?
You know what? Thank you for reminding me because I'm working on my calendar for April. Uh
So in that, well, I
Worldwide.
go, maybe I might look up to see if I can create myself a pinhole camera because you've got a lot of YouTube saying that can cameras, box
Yeah,
cameras, all
definitely.
kinds of things. So I'd like to maybe create myself a camera, and I have some old 5x7 paper which is fogged up because it's approximately by your estimate and Uncle Bob's, it's 20-year-old paper.
Yeah.
So the image is still on it. You can still print an image on it, but the paper is gray.
Okay.
And so I go, hey, it might be fun to see if I can create a camera that'll take pictures. And if the picture doesn't come out that much, well, I haven't wasted any paper. So I did some research. I know my ISO is basically 3 to 6
Yeah.
approximately for that type of paper. So we'll see what it is. So I have to until April to work on that.
So Worldwide Pinhole Day is going to be Sunday, April 26th. Hold on just a sec. Um, as I did a photo walk, was it last year or the year before? I forget.
Well, I've missed unfortunately the last 2 times.
So
So I will.
I'm gonna do another one this year. I just have to pick where so we did one in La Fontaine, Park La Fontaine.
Okay, I missed that one.
Oh, you know what might be nice? I just found out that Le Tour de Lévis has reopened after 5 years.
Okay, you're talking about Ile Sainte-Hélène. We used to
Yes.
call it La Poudrière. Yeah, I posted it on our site. Basically, how do you say, our messenger communication, which is
Okay.
printing party, which is 5 people, you, a couple of people. I'm the
Yeah.
one who posted that, and they said they reopened, and it's usually opened every day from 10 till
To
basically, I think,
6.
4 or 5 or something like that. I'm not
I
sure.
think I think it's open till 6.
So I want to go over there. I want to take some pictures. I wanted to take some pictures inside the tower.
Yeah.
Historically, Fab tells me that it used to be a water tower. So
Oh,
they
was it?
converted it to a water tower. What I've heard, because I've worked on the Ile Sainte-Hélène, Ile Notre-Dame section,
Yeah.
and it was always referred to La Poudrière. So they
Okay.
had the fort, then they had a place you had to store basically gunpowder, which was away from your fort in case the thing blew up.
Okay.
So that was supposed to be that. And but now I'm hearing different names for it and different occupations for it. So I'd have to re-verify the history of that. But I want to confirm to see if it's actually true that you can visit it.
Yeah, no, well, actually, I'm supposed to be going there. Is it later this month or maybe early in February with le club de photo de Roussillon,
Okay.
Roussillon. Um, what did I call it? What's it called? It's called pas le Tour de Lévis,
Attends ça va.
le Tour de Lévis ou le Fort de Lévis.
Non, c'est pas. Moi, c'est la poudrière que je connaissais ça, mais attends là. Je vais essayer de trouver là, le.
Yeah, Google Maps, they call it the Tour de Lévis. Anyways,
OK, oui, ici, il l'appelle la tour de Lévis est de retour, 157 marches, zéro ascenseur, 360 degrés qui frappe fort, vue imprégnable des îles, le fleuve, l'île de Montréal. Accès tous les jours de 10 heures à 18 heures et c'est gratuit.
yeah,
Parc Jean-Drapeau.
c'est ça.
Yeah.
Fait que ça va être intéressant.
Oui,
Fait que, puis même, tu sais, de prendre genre un pinhole euh, sur la top du tour of the sky, the sky, the cityscape of Montreal. That would be so beautiful.
yeah, it'll be a different angle, un angle différent qu'on est habitué en hauteur. C'est ça qui est le fun. Alors, c'est
I
ça.
just now put it in my calendar so I don't forget.
OK. Mais si tu vas voir sur Printing Party là, que le chose de communication que j'avais faite, tu as un qu'à peser dessus, puis tu vas avoir l'information.
Okay, perfect. Hold on. Where did I lost you now. There we go. Yeah, so definitely. So that's going to be a plan for April. Um, other than that, I'm gonna probably not. Well, this weekend was my weekend off, so dans deux fins de semaine. Well, la fin de semaine du 31 is going to be Bière et Caméra Montréal. So I'll probably in February plan for doing another. I don't know. Maybe it'll probably be nature landscape. Um, I tend to try to do something off the island of Montreal. So whether it's on the North Shore or the South Shore.
OK.
And like I said, like yesterday, I went with one of my old friends over here um, that I met through Gosselin when I started working at Gosselin in Laval. Um, we haven't done photography like over 2 years together, so I decided this year, I would make a point to go and because Yvon used to drive all around Quebec just looking for locations to shoot uh, landscapes and architecture and rural architecture, and
OK.
he specializes in surtout du la Voie lactée, the shooting the Milky Way with some kind of landscape in front of it.
OK.
And this guy would go like weekends on drives and just all through the province of Quebec.
OK.
Evidently now he's a bit older. You know what I mean? Um, but and evidently our lives change and life happens. Um, but even at that, I want to do more shooting this year. I want to do more shooting.
Ah ouais.
À part de qu'est-ce que je fais déjà pour Gosselin, what I do for the job. I want to go out and shoot more, you know.
C'est ça.
I
Mais,
really am going to try to push myself towards finally getting into collodion, which
OK.
is wet plate, right? And for those who don't know what wet plate is, it's applying your own emulsion to glass plates. It's strictly, well, strictly, it's for medium format and large up to large format. Um, but it's exactly the same film process. It's just that you have to do it en place, sur place.
C'est ça.
You know,
Mais
you have to do it in the
est-ce
field.
que dry, tu n'es pas obligé d'apporter un labo avec toi? Parce que
Exactement.
c'est ça. Wet, moi, j'ai vu des présentations où ce que le gars montait quasiment comme une mini-tente avec
C'est
une
ça.
lampe rouge à l'intérieur. Il versait quelque chose qui était à base
Because the
d'œuf.
problem is that wet plate has to be developed within 10 minutes of its exposure. Otherwise,
OK.
you lose the latent image.
OK.
Okay. And you know, I have a lot of I mean, I've like I said, during vacation, I developed a film from 1983, and yes, it was slightly fogged, but for me it was slightly fogged. For other people, it would probably have been too fogged for them. Um, but I still got some, and you can check it on my Facebook. There are portraits I shot, casual portraits that I shot of students in my Sec 4 class at Laurier McDonald here in Montreal, and I mean, hell, they came out fine.
Ah, ben oui.
You know what I
Écoute,
mean?
ça a été des belles surprises parce que tu les avais oubliés.
Ben oui,
And
and I mean, you know, even yeah, okay, they're a bit gray, you know, they're a bit faded, but that's a 40-year-old film. You know what I'm saying? I was
tu
I was freaking, 1983, I was 13 years old.
sais, it's like it's a wonderful memory. You froze time and you brought someone back from that period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You
So
know,
it's like, okay, if I'm going to do film photography and earn a contract which is going to pay me $100,000, I'm going to make sure that I have the best film, the best chemicals, and the best paper at that time.
for sure.
But
Where is it?
for the rest,
Uh,
enjoy. Say,
Photos.
breathe. We try to make the best at every time. That's natural, but breathe. Enjoy the process.
Exactly. Hold on, where is it? Share. Come on. Give it a sec. Is it? Yeah, it's shared. Okay. I mean, okay. And see, this is where I've been noticing while I'm scanning, the grain is more evident of the film in a digital scan than it is of a chromogenic. Like here, this one here is perfect. You can see how grainy it is,
Yeah.
right? Here,
What,
Teresa.
what were the conditions when you took the picture in the first place?
You know what? These are all. This was Miss Williams, my English teacher. Um, None of this was shot with a flash. This was all natural light.
So what was your ISO, your estimated ISO at
Well,
that
this
time?
I this no, this was actually Miss Tizeo. Her husband was the teacher that I had in Sec 5 for television, communication arts.
Okay.
Um, this actually was Tri-X, Kodak Tri-X 400 ISO,
Okay. So
you know. And I mean, I think and the shots they came out beautifully,
yeah.
you know. So when I know it's not digital photography, but film photography was never meant to be as precise as digital photography has. I mean, technically, this was the Kodak Tri-X, which was the traditional grain. We call it cubic grain because it's more kind of squarish, rectangular, you know. In the mid to late 80s, Ilford and Kodak introduced a brand new film grain, um, which was oh, what was it called? Um, well, um,
Kodachrome?
no. It was the actual grain. It was in color and in black and white film. It was a grain that was triangular actually. And what it allowed to do was to have the same types of sensitivities with a finer grain.
Okay.
But I find that you lost a lot of that kind of film quality. You know, like Ilford Delta 400 and Delta Professional 100. What is it called? I can't. It's in j'ai un blanc mémoire. It was traditional versus. Oh, I can't remember now. But Kodak had the T-Max series.
Yeah, different ISO speeds. I'm trying to find the information. Fine grain example, medium coarse grain, slide transparency film, instant film Polaroid Instax.
Would
They don't
be
seem to type
HP 5 Plus and Delta.
tubular. No, T grain.
Tabular. T
Okay,
grain. That's right. It's T grain. It's called tabular. So later on they came out with a T grain film, which was tabular grain. Tabular grain was just grain that fit better together.
okay.
So you didn't get that quality of that grainy um
But sometimes in the picture, the grainy look made the picture better.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so your traditional grain, which was your HP5, your Tri-X from Kodak, was a coarser grain with high exposure latitudes, giving it a classic look. While the Delta 400 using modern core shell tabular grain for a finer, sharper, cleaner, more of a digital-like
Okay.
quality in film. So, you know, it's I mean, listen, it ends up coming out to being what you like as a photographer,
Yeah.
you know. And you can't be afraid to take a stand and put your foot down and say this is what I like. You know, um in the years in the last 10 odd years that I've been giving classes, I've had to, you know, buck up and you know, because most of my photography is always under the gun. Everybody's questioning why this, why that, why didn't you try this? I said, well, because listen, I got the shot that I wanted.
Oh yeah, and that's
In
what
the
I was
end,
using
that's
at the
what's most
moment.
important.
That's what I was using at the moment also. It's like there is some guy I follow on YouTube, and it's a gentleman basically like you who started very young, in high school, didn't have everything, experimented. He goes, "I've wasted paper you can't believe."
Oh, for
He
sure.
goes, "It's the most expensive part of printing," and basically, his advice was find yourself a film, use it. You
Yeah,
get to learn the good parts of the film and the bad parts of the film,
exactly.
and you can compensate for it.
That's it.
Same thing with the paper. You always try to use the same type of paper because he goes, if you're switching left and right, he goes, for some reason, you'll get a result and you won't be happy with it, but it's the paper and not your process. So if
Exactly.
you modify your process all the time, he goes, you'll never have a consistency.
Exactly.
That-
And even in digital photography too is you know what I teach, it's not that my photography is better than the next photographer over from me. It's that my process has evolved, and in the end, It's the image that's most important. It's not how I captured the image. As a novice, when we're learning, you need those details to figure out your own process.
Yeah.
It's like when we learn language, right? Every language has a grammar. Now, as young generations are, we don't like learning the principles, the basic principles, because we just want to apply language to our own voice and find our voice.
Yeah.
In photography, we have, and I don't like the word in itself called the rules of composition. I prefer calling it principles of composition. Principles in the sense of being the first thing you need to learn how to communicate clearly the story you're trying to tell. And in visual composition, we have these principles that have existed throughout the art world's history,
Yeah.
right? Rule of thirds. Um, the spirale de Fibonacci,
Gee.
right? Which is still based
Golden
on the
circle.
rule of thirds,
Yeah.
right? Um, leading lines, um, negative space. The point is not learning them to apply them day to day. It's to learn them so that if I decide on today I want to break that rule, how do I break it properly, consistently, and intentionally?
Yes.
To be able to create something different than what everybody's waiting for.
No, I understand. Basically, a student has to learn the recipe to take a picture, and eventually, by having consistency, he will tend to break it and
Yeah.
then develop his own style.
Yeah.
But how do you start when you know nothing of photography?
Well, the thing is that what I teach is that I have my go-to apertures, my go-to shutter speeds, my go-to ISOs. I constantly deviate from those go-to variables, but I have consistently, if I'm doing portrait, it's f4. It's not 1.2, it's not 1.4, it's not 1.8, it's not 2. It's f4. F4. Don't question it, it's f4. On the day that I decide I just need to have a little bit more separation to the background, then I'll use a 2.8.
Yeah.
But I will rarely ever go above 2.8. When I'm talking architecture, landscape, real estate, f16. F16 at 24 millimeters will get me sharp from 2 feet to infinity because it's a principle of mathematics and physics. Photography comes from the physics of light.
Mhm.
Okay. And that is always going to be constant in my life, in my children's life, hopefully in my grandchildren's lives, because the time that we're on this earth is so short, the physics is not going to change. The
Yeah.
physics of the universe is not going to change for me. What I have come to understand is that as an instructor, I've had to instill the faith I have in the science and mathematics of the photography that I do in people who don't. And I'm not a mathematician. You know me, Mark. I'm not a
No, no.
mathematician. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an engineer. I don't boast, that c'est un bol avec, and everything I do is visual. Everything
And
I
there's a
do
feeling.
is memorized.
There's a feeling because of so many shots that you've taken, you would say, okay, my rule would be F4 for this.
Yeah,
Oh, but I can get away with this and it'll give me something else. But the reason
exactly.
why you're able to do it is because you've taken thousands of shots,
Exactly.
which
And
someone
you
like
know
you
what you
has
can
to
get away
learn.
with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when I do bird photography, oh yeah, but how come you're at, because I know that on my lens, if I'm at the largest aperture, I'm getting the most light from that lens. And to be able to freeze motion, I need to have as much light as I possibly can. Now, the second element that's introduced when you use a large aperture is what? Background blur.
Yeah.
So if ever my bird is not flying in a blue sky, right? And they're landed on a tree, I now have a portrait of that bird with a blurred background.
Yeah.
I would never shoot animal photography at f/16. Because in essence, I'm shooting myself in the foot, because to be able to get moindrement a good shutter speed that'll freeze my subject's heartbeat, breathing, that little breeze moving his mane or his feathers, I need to be at 12,800 ISO, which on a sunny day, there is no valid reason to shoot anything at 12,800 ISO.
Guilty.
No, but
No,
you know what I'm saying? But
it depends.
but most of the time, that error or that
Choice.
no, but the problematic of using too much ISO in broad daylight is mostly, and this is not je vise personne, I'm not singling anybody out, is mostly the photographers who in their own understanding of photography prioritize shutter speed.
Yes.
Okay.
And I can tell you, I do prioritize shutter speed because I want to totally freeze the subject. Now,
But you're
I used
also
to
in
not bring up
essence,
the ISO high enough, but now I do.
but you're also in essence, sorry, my camera's going exactly. It's taking my gestures as there we go. What was I going to say?
We're talking about speed, using speed.
There's one thing to freeze the subject, but it's another thing to freeze the subject and his environment.
Yeah.
Right? I'll tell you straight out, an aigrette or a heron, whether it's a
Egret is
blue
the white
heron
one,
or
the big
whether it's
white one.
a white heron, most of the time they are gliding.
Yeah.
They're not a hummingbird. They're not a mésange. Okay, their wing beating of their wings is at 1/2000th of a second or 2000 battements par minute, right?
Yeah.
These guys don't need 1,000th of a second. A 500th of a second is more than enough. Not only that, but the farther away they are, the less their motion is apparent. And that's the other problem too that novice photographers don't realize is shoot for what is apparent. Don't shoot. Again, I'll be just like the podcaster that I listen to, their lens works. His name is what's his name? His name is Brooks Jensen. Um, don't strive for perfection, strive for excellence. The difference between perfection and excellence is the perfection, you'll never get your shot.
Okay.
You're going to waste your time trying to get that perfect shot and you're never going to get it because the planets don't align, the stars don't align for that particular moment that you're shooting that image. Shoot for excellence. The best shot you can get with whatever equipment is in your hands, with whatever light the good Lord has presented us with, right? That's what photography is all about. Photography has always been about art, not about precision. Precision has only come in the last 25, 30 years when we've been able to produce extremely precise tools. But we don't need, a sculptor uses a chisel and a hammer just like he used 500, 1,000, 2,000.
You're frozen again, AJ.
3,000 years ago. Chisel hasn't changed.
Yeah, you
Okay,
froze
just
again.
a sec. Oh, wait. Oh, it's my internet. Oh, it's happened. My internet's unstable now all of a sudden.
Well, man, I think yeah, it's 9:30.
Yeah.
Unless you've got something major to add.
No, no. I'm just no, just like I just realized my mic's in my screen. There we go. But you know what I'm saying, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
It's extremely subjective photography, as photography should always be subjective, nothing more.
Oh, yeah. No, you've got different styles, you've got different things. Like you're saying, I tend to have a higher speed when I try to shoot. Yeah,
Yeah,
basically my camera gives me, unfortunately, I have to have that because if I'm too low, because of the type of camera I have, it tends to ruin some of my pictures.
right.
Me, uh, like I say, it's adapted to me, and with times or different cameras, I'll play with different things.
Exactly. And there is no one way to shoot photography.
Yeah.
Everybody has their interpretation of, and it's not to say that my interpretation is better than somebody else's. It's just to say that this is what I like. If you don't like it, it's no skin off my back. You don't have
No,
to
no.
like everything that I do, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully it's okay. So Mark, with that, I think is a pretty good moment to shut it down.
Yep.
I haven't eaten yet, so I gotta go make supper for myself.
Okay. Well, enjoy, my friend.
Getting a bit hungry here. But
Oh,
in the meantime, we're gonna see each other on the 31st.
yes, we should, I think. Yeah.
And in the meantime, I mean, this week, like I said, I'm off on Thursday and Friday. We still have to do our dark room session. Um, so I'm gonna say, let me see what how that week plays out and what happens with Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
And I think I
Unfortunately, for the next couple of Fridays,
yeah.
I'm volunteering for de la popote roulante for elderly people.
Oh, nice.
The group I work for unfortunately had a couple of people that left for certain different reasons and things like that, and they've asked me to step in just to fill it in until they have someone constant. So for the next
Fantastic.
couple of Fridays, I'm helping along with that. They made something for me, an easy route, so I can't complain. It's just I have to go in and meet up with these people and things like
Okay.
that.
All right.
Give a hand. It's quite present. I meet very interesting people.
Nice.
Okay.
Fantastic. In the meantime, as I always say, shoot some freaking awesome photos. Bonne semaine, sir.
Ciao, my friend. Bye bye.
Ciao.